What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're taking a look at this 2024 Mercedes Benz GLS580 4MATIC. This one's finished in emerald green metallic with an MSRP at $123,000. So let's go ahead, pop the hood, see what is going to power the 580. And this color looks kind of black in the dark side, but then you're going to see a really nice emerald green in the sunlight. So finding that latch, popping it up. Worth noting, it's kind of cool to see all this carbon fiber surrounding the engine itself. But as expected, this has a 4-liter bi-turbocharged 8-cylinder motor. It does also feature a mild hybrid system, pumping out 510 horsepower with 538 pound-feet of torque, paired to the 4MATIC all-wheel drive and the 9-speed automatic transmission. This SUV can even do 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds and tow about 7,700 pounds. Moving to the exterior style, you're going to see these really nice LED headlights. Got a dark housing with some running lights on them. And then you get this massive grille finished in a dark chrome trim. Got the huge Mercedes badge along with your forward-facing camera. Some nice designs down below with all of your parking sensors. Got some trim in it. Then a pretty aggressive front splitter. And then a larger opening right in the center to provide maximum cooling. So a pretty big front end. It looks really good. Certainly it's going to have a lot of road presence out on the road. You can see that extra Mercedes badge, sharp lines leading towards the windshield. Definitely like the look. This one also gets 22-inch wheels. You're going to see drilled rotors behind them, a nice diamond cut two-tone color with multi-spoke design, parking sensors on the side, and then body colored for these fender flares. You can see the running boards on the side with a little bit of sharp body lines in the lower portion of the door, and then very smooth design throughout the side. You can see the gloss black on the mirror caps with an LED turn signal. You're also going to see the side view camera, and then we have chrome and body color for the door handles. All gloss black trim surrounding the side. You can see the roof rails and then a panoramic roof up on top. Now the overall side profile, I like the proportions. It's a big SUV. It's a full-size 3-row, the largest one Mercedes is going to make, but it really does have great lines all throughout it. Just looks like an elegant car. You can see more of the gloss black trim surrounding the windows, the integrated spoiler and gloss black trim surrounding that glass, and then a really nice clean body lines throughout that side. The fender flares are also a little bit wider, just giving it that sporty appearance. And in back, you're going to see a little bit of a combination of the gloss black diffuser, the plastic material, all of your parking sensors, and then brushed aluminum for those exhaust tips and your trailer hitch. You got pretty nice clean lines surrounding the back, all of your badging. Definitely a good looking SUV. Really a nice update from previous years. And then in back, to move on to the cargo area, you have a button right back here you can just press. It's going to automatically open up the liftgate. And with the third row up, you still have quite a lot of storage space. It's actually a pretty roomy SUV. You can open this up. We got a space saver rear tire. You can also see a little bit of extra cargo area. And I like all the buttons. You can see this one on the far right will actually lower the suspension back here to make it easier to load and unload. And then we have your third row buttons. On the other side, we have your second row buttons and an all. If you go ahead and do this one, if you just press the button, all the seats are going to move and get out of the way. So just by pressing it once, you'll see how everything goes down. And with the straggler seat finally coming down, you can see how nice everything is when it is flat. And once again, just one press of the button, everything is going to automatically move and get back into position. So normally I don't like cars that have just buttons to do this, but this one actually works extremely quickly and really is making it pretty convenient. So that's a pretty cool touch. Of course, we have the button up top and just go ahead and press that. Get that down, and then moving to the second row seating, we can pop this open. You're going to see controls, heated and ventilated seats back here, a little bit of storage, and then you can see the combination of the perforated leather along with the smooth leather. And then one touch of a button, if I just pull this up, it's going to automatically get that seat out of the way. It even moves the driver's seat out of the way as well. A lot of cars in the past, I feel like, would never do that. So once that gets out of the way, we can take a look at the third row seats. You do have a button back here to do the same configuration. We have plugs as well as an armrest and your cup holders. Now coming back here, you can lift these headrests up out of the way. It's actually not bad for the back seats. Pretty comfortable overall. With this seat all the way back in the way I would sit at it at 5'11", my knees are pretty cramped. So you kind of have to mix and match how you're going to make this third row work. but it is pretty decent in a pinch for a full-grown adult. Great for kids for sure. And then all I have to do is easily climb right out, and we can get out of that seat. Now you do have to hold this button the entire time now to get the seat back into position. I think that's kind of a drawback. It should be automatic like it is when you open this seat up. So just giving that a couple seconds, it'll lock into place, and that is about it. From here, we can manually press the button and get the seat back into the position. That would be nice and comfortable. So with it back here, let me go ahead and turn on the vehicle because you have an LCD screen in the back seats. So firing it up, we can take a look at some of the amenities. This one does have the executive rear seat package, but down below we have all of our climate controls. You can easily adjust your fan speed, turn that on and off, different zones, temperature. So you have vents here, storage, lighting, and wood. You have more vents, and then even grab handles up above. And you have two cup holders here. One is very small for maybe like a skinny Red Bull bottle or something like that. But if we open this down, has a soft open feature, you get a full LCD touchscreen. You can even remove it if you'd like and kind of work this as a tablet. So we have climate controls you're able to adjust back here. You can go back, you can see a few more items, settings within the car, climate, temperature, volume, things like that. So really cool design for sure. Nice little touch to just make this a little bit more luxury focused. Wireless phone charging and storage, and then even more storage back there. So overall, this is a really nice second row seating. Of course, with the panoramic roof, these seats, you actually sink down into them. So this is really nice and comfortable. If I recline it a little bit more, no complaints at all. This is a great place to be for a full-grown adult or even kids, of course. So definitely a nice way to go. Now moving on to the driver's seat. Door panel is going to be like what you saw in back. You of course have all of your controls, the ventilation's heated, all of your seat controls. And then hopping inside, you're greeted by a very nice interior. Easily adjust your controls and everything. And then moving to the steering wheel, we have different touch screen controls for the center screen along with the screen over there. So pretty nice the way everything is laid out. You can adjust what you'd like to see for your center gauge cluster. Pretty simple, pretty cool the way everything is laid out. You can even adjust what you want on your heads-up display system. And I like it, you can have an off-road screen down here as well. So really neat the way everything is laid out. We have cruise control settings on the left, some volume and Bluetooth controls on the right, paddle shifters, your gear selector, and the stock on the left side for windshield wipers. You can see some headlight controls down below, ambient lighting, and then you're going to see the synthetic leather material throughout the dashboard. Got the wood trim on it as well, nice sized glove box, 4 of your air vents, and the screen is also touch sensitive, so super easy just to configure everything you'd like. Going into comfort, you can see a few things for the massage, the seat controls, as well as ambient lighting. So nice the way everything is laid out. You can go into off-road as well, which is a really cool way to have both screens set up like that. Now if I go ahead and put it into reverse, we get that backup camera, top-down view, and then all sorts of different views are going to pop up on this right side. So definitely super configurable, very easy to operate everything, and it looks really nice and fancy. We have a menu AC icon as well to get all those same controls for the first row. You can also go into your second row climate, adjust everything back there, and the third row even has climate controls. Now there's physical buttons down here as well. When you make any adjustment, it'll pop up on the screen, temperature control, everything like that. And then all this wood material throughout the center, more ambient lighting and silver accents. Pushing this open, we have wireless phone charging, a few plugs, cup holders that are heated and cooled. So nice the way everything is laid out there. And then in the center, we can also configure the screen using this control pad. So nice the way everything is set up. You can adjust quite a few different things, see everything in the car. So I just like how everything is actually pretty easy to operate. Now on the left side, we have our drive mode select. You can toggle this up and down. You can see it go into all the different modes, and you can even configure that air ride suspension per mode. We have the adjustable air ride selection right here, so you can manually override that. Shortcut right here for car. You can see a few different items that are going to pop up, and then volume and shortcuts for the navigation. We have a nice little armrest to do that. Good sized grab handles and an armrest in the center, and then opening that up, we have a pretty good amount of storage. So definitely a nice place to be. Got that panoramic roof, dome lights, pretty large size sun visors. But with that said, let's take the GLS for a spin. All right, so setting off in the GLS580, I'm in sport mode, got the cool displays and everything. This thing is pretty quick. Obviously, being a full-size SUV, nice to see the V8. Now, the standard model GLS does have a 6-cylinder, so this one is kind of in the middle with the big boy engine. Not bad at all. So let's go back into comfort mode and everything. This is a really nice place to be. Obviously, this is a fully loaded luxury vehicle, so you're gonna have quite a lot to offer in this. So ride quality, fantastic. Like any Mercedes, it feels like it is driving on a cloud. It is so comfortable going over bumps and everything, just effortless. A fantastic view out of the windshield and everything. Just, you can really see out of it for being a big SUV, even over your left and right shoulder. No crazy blind spots or anything like that. The technology works really well, the lane keeping, all that sort of stuff, or the adaptive cruise control. It's just a nice place to be, insanely insulated from the road around you. And even in comfort mode, when we're taking turns, the suspension is adaptive, so you don't get that crazy body roll that you would kind of expect in a jumbo SUV that can obviously have the weight this does and tow what it can do. Like, this doesn't drive like just some big floaty bus. This drives really solid, and it's just something you can sit back and relax. All the controls also really just make it a comfortable seating position. One of my favorite things is this armrest right here, or I guess grab handle. I use this as a hand rest, and it's really nice because I feel like as a driver, I'm always, don't know what to do with my right hand if it's not a manual car, and putting on my leg can get annoying on those hot days, your hot hand on your leg. This is the perfect armrest. So this is just comfortable and very pleasant to drive. The power is plentiful, and with the mild hybrid system, when you're coasting or anything like that, the electronics, the motor is basically propelling the car rather than the engine. So it's a really nice, efficient way to get a V8 that does have a lot of power and isn't too bad on gas. Obviously not the best MPG for being what it is, but it is nice to see what this can do with a mild hybrid system. Build quality feels good too. This just feels rock solid, very well balanced, no loose ends, nothing like that. As we hit these big train track bumps, of course you can go into off-road mode, raise that suspension, but even with the 22-inch wheels hitting this, while that's a big bump, it is smooth as can be in this car. So really, if you're looking for a full-size family SUV, this is a nice driving vehicle, plenty of space for everybody with good capabilities, and it just lets you forget about what's going on around you in the world. It is just a comfortable driving position. Really can't argue too much. It is a comfortable car to be in.